Social and community leaders have denounced the presence of paramilitary groups in the Bolivar district of Bogotá. The groups are believed to be recruiting young people for drug trafficking.
We have been denouncing this for decades. This is an ever-growing threat to our city. Various armed groups linked to drug trafficking took over the district of Bolivar. So far this year, 34 young people have been murdered, most of them between the ages of 14 and 34.
Local communities said that the situation has been worsening for years.
There are many issues after the demobilization of self-defense organizations led to the rise of new criminal gangs. This territory is being disputed by gangs, which leads to increasing levels of violence among young people. And because of limited employment opportunities, many end up being drawn into this war.
Communities and social leaders not only face a great wave of violence, but also suffer extreme neglect at the hands of the state, who willingly turns a blind eye to local drug trafficking.
This is getting out of hand. The government owes a great debt to Ciudad Bolívar.
Without an effective answer from the state, youth leaders have found other ways to prevent drug trafficking from claiming more lives.
We try to find young people that live on the streets who are using drugs, and we bring them in. We offer art and culture, we have dance classes, communication workshops, we do sports and guide them so that they can have a better education and also better employment.
Youth unemployment in Colombia is higher than unemployment among the rest of the population by at least 7%. That means many of these youngsters have nothing to do with their time.
The first way to combat this is to create an evenly distributed wealth with better productivity, while also encouraging tax policies that decentralize wealth. Inequality is a huge issue in Colombia. We are ranked as the 8th most unequal country in the world and 2nd in Latin America.
For the inhabitants of Ciudad Bolívar, the Colombia state is directly responsible for this situation.
If the government doesn't invest in education, these problems will continue. If the government doesn't offer work and education, people's lives will be worse than they are now. That is the root of all problems.
Local leaders know too well that despite their best efforts, a drastic change is needed. If that doesn't happen, the situation will only worsen.